In the modern day, ego is seen as this bad thing that should never be used. This thing that causes nothing but harm. And I also used to think that ego was something bad, that you should try to eliminate your ego at all costs. You should actually kill your ego. That should never use it. I used to think like that for a long time, but not so long ago I realized that if used correctly and under control, ego can be one of your best assets. I think most people think ego is bad because most people use it incorrectly. Most people let their ego control them. Most people let their ego guide them. And I think that's why most people think that ego is bad because, of course, that it's used bad to them because they don't use it correctly themselves. It's just my own personal opinion. And I don't think I use ego perfectly now or something, but I think I can teach you some things if you need this concept of using ego. I've made some progress. I'm still trying to improve, get it more under control. But yeah, the first thing is first that you control your ego. I think you should always keep a growth and student mindset. You should never think you have enough. You should never think you know enough. You can always learn more. I myself plan to learn every single day for the rest of my life. I plan to never stop. I think that's a very important mindset if you're on self improvement. If you want to keep growing until the day you die, you should try to keep learning every single day, every single day. Also growing every single day. You should never try to stop growing. You should never get complacent. I wouldn't recommend you get complacent. But having this growth mindset and student mindset, always having that those two mindset, one of those mindsets are, in my opinion, the two most important mindsets on self improvement. Having those two mindsets will avoid it will keep you from getting too arrogant because you yourself know that you don't know enough. I think arrogance is the illusion that you're good, that you're too good, or trying to prove to yourself that you're too good by boasting and doing all those weird things in front of other people. But if you keep your sus mindset in mind and act like someone who possesses those two mindsets, I think first it will keep you from becoming too arrogant, and second you will just keep growing and learning every single day, and it will boost your how fast you get to your goals. So always keep a student and growth mindset. And second one, know that you can learn from every single person. So it's every single one. Everyone can teach you some things. Everyone. I think almost every single person on this planet has some things that they can be they're better at than me. Some things that they can do better than me. It may be something small. It may not be that big. It may not be that important, but they can teach me something. And even if the person is mostly negative and doesn't have many valuable skills, I can learn from them by this concept of reverse learning. This is a concept I learned from Alex Hormozy, is seeing someone who does something bad and just saying to yourself, how can I avoid being like that? Not how can I become more like this person, but how can I avoid being like that? And that's an amazing way to learn from someone that you really don't want to be like. And in some situations, for some people, it may be their parents. I know it sounds horrible, but for some people, it may be like that, or a relative, or a friend, or just someone they know. And that way, you can learn from every single person. The people that you want to become more like, just say to yourself, okay, how can I become more like this person? The people that you don't want to become like, just say to yourself, how can I not become like this person? And then there's some people in the middle that can teach you some things here and there. That's one of the reasons why it's so important to keep the student mindset, to learn from everyone. Don't think you know enough because, in my opinion, the people that think they know enough or are good enough yet are the dumbest out there. So never get complacent and keep learning, even from other people, or even from people that seem below you. Just keep learning. The third thing I want to say is let your ego boost your performance in competitive environments without letting it control you. When I go to wrestling practice, we train like really, really hard. Like the objective of the coach is really breaking us mentally and physically, really pushing us to the limits. And the training there is so hard that sometimes I think of giving up. I have some thoughts of slowing down, going slower, or just stopping, just giving up. But when I look around and see that there are other people with me, and see that there's some people that manage that also that also keep going like me. That's that they look half dead, but still they keep going. So if I stop now, I will stop before them. That's what I run into my mind. If I stop now, I will stop before them. I will seem as weak to them, or not necessarily weak, but I will seem as someone that's weak. I will show weakness if I stop right now. Those thoughts just come to my brain and I just keep going, even when I'm really really tired. Just tell me to keep going. That's why I think that when you train with other people and you do some intense workout with other people, you're able to. I personally am able to push myself a little bit more, just a little bit more. And if I do a really intensive workout alone. But yeah, it depends. I think it comes to with car it's like that. When it comes to strength training, I think I can push myself more when I'm alone. But cardio and things and similar things to that, I think with other people, I have for some reason I can push myself more. But I think it's because of ego. My ego boosts my performance because I tell myself I don't want to show weakness. I want to seem strong. And for some people, it may seem bad. They may be like, "Oh, your ego is extremely bad. You should never use it, or you should also not use it in competitive environments. Having a competitive mindset is bad." If that's your opinion, then yeah. But I don't think it's the right message to have. I think you should control your ego. You should know when to use it. And in competitive environments are the best situations to use your ego. But you need to boost your performance. Having other people look at you, knowing that they will judge you in some way, can drastically boost your performance. I know it sounds weird, but I've noticed that when I play football with my friends and a pretty girl or a pretty group of girls is watching us play, I play a little bit better. I play better. And that's probably also my ego. But in that situation, is that not good? Because it boosts my performance. And I'm not using it to like sound trash talk other people, no. I just use it to play better, to become a better player in general. So I think in that situation, some people think, oh, ego is super bad, you should never use it. But in that situation, is that not good? I think it's a perfect situation to use it to boost your performance when you are with other people. So that situation, if you use it correctly, if you keep it under control, but let it boost your performance, I think in that situation, ego is one of your best assets. And I've seen it happen multiple times in the course of my life. Doing reckless wrestling practice, when I was training with my friends, when I was playing football with my friends, when I was having fun with them. In those situations, when I stopped seeing ego as a bad thing, in those situations, ego was always there to help me. Ego was always an incredible asset. But disclaimer, learn how to use it. Don't use it in every single situation. Maybe things like meditation can help with things with ego. Yeah, meditation can probably help with ego. So do your meditation every single day. Like download an app like Medito and then start meditating every single day. Also keep a growth and student mindset. But in those situations, like when you find yourself in a competitive environment, let your ego boost your performance. Don't let it control you, but let it boost your performance. And also when you set goals, when you try to achieve a certain goal, there are probably other people that have similar goals to you out there. My goal right now for this year for goals 2023 is to earn 1,500 euros in December. And second one, monetize YouTube channel. It's not gonna be easy, I know. But there are probably a lot of people with similar goals. There are probably some people that started the YouTube channel not so long ago that's also that are also trying to grow, especially in this self-improvement niche. I'm sure of it. So even though I see self-improvement YouTubers, at least the good ones, as colleagues, I would say, I also want to compete with them. I want to see makes better videos, who gives more value out there, who grows faster. So even though I know we have a similar objective, we're trying to make men stronger, we're trying to help people on the self-improvement journeys, I also see them as my competition. And it's really fun to just compete, to just try to improve myself, to be able to get better than them. And then if yes, I still keep a student mindset. I know that if someone has more subscribers than me, more better channel than me, then it means that they're better than me in some way. So I try to learn from them in that way. And try to see, okay, what they do better than me? How can I learn from them? So when you set goals, I know there are some people out there that have similar goals to you, or you may know them. If you know them or see them on social media, try to compete with them. Not in some negative way. Don't start comparing or some shit. No, don't compare yourself with them, but compete with them in some way. Tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna try to grow faster than this person. I'm gonna try to achieve this goal faster than this person. Even if it's just by a little bit. But compete. I don't know why competition seems like such a bad thing. Competition is, I think, in my opinion, a beautiful thing, especially between men. So when you set goals, compete with other people that have similar goals to you without comparing, without seeing them as an enemy in some way. No. Have a friendly competition with them. Try to grow faster than them. Try to achieve to go faster than them. And if those people are your friends, it's even better. So in that situation, let your ego boost you without letting it control you again. I really think ego can be an incredible asset if you don't restrain it without letting it control you. That can be an incredible asset. And I've been noticing it more and more. That as I've been getting better at using it over time. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say in this video. Don't worry from discomfort. Just sit.